I'm gonna make him an offer again.
All the gin joints and all the towns and all the world.
Handle the truth. You can't fight in here. This is the
Frankly,
war.
my dear, I don't give a damn.
This is where the fun begins.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Welcome, everybody, back to Multiplex Movie Melee. I'm your host, the Cinemaster. Not only a singles match, but I'm declaring as a dream match, as we have Jeremy Adams taking on Joseph Olivas for the first time in singles. Last time we saw them, they were early access from the tournament. I'm sure they've been excited to get back in the ring. I'm super excited. On the notes with me is my beautiful co-host, Dylan Fantine. How are you feeling tonight?
Feeling very good. Yeah, like you said, this is definitely a huge matchup. Definitely a blockbuster one. We got two of like the scariest competitors, I'd say, in the singles division. Two former champions, and Joseph, obviously current team's champion. We saw them play each other recently in the team's division for the title, which was an incredible match, one of the best matches this year. Excited to see them play in singles. I think it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that yet, but yeah, Judgment City versus the Future, easily contender for match of the year. Super excited to see these two play in singles. I say we jump right into interviews, starting with our first competitor tonight, Jeremy Adams. Jeremy, we have not seen you in singles since the singles tournament, but you've been tearing up the teams tournament. You already won the belts this year. Hoping to reclaim those. How are you feeling getting back into singles?
I'm excited to play in singles again, but yeah, of course I had to come back to a buzzsaw, one of the best players who I have in cat. Obviously, just at a loss to him. I've faced him in other leagues, but despite my trepidation and you know how much of a challenge it always is when you play somebody as great as Joseph, I'm excited and privileged at the same time, and I'm just we'll see how it goes. You just never know how things are gonna shake out, but hopefully I'll live up to all of your guys' hype, and it will be a good match one way or the other. That would be good.
Yeah, this match definitely is two buzzsaws colliding with each other. And speaking of that other buzzsaw, it is your competitor tonight, Joseph Olivas. Joseph, you have already had an incredible run this year in teams. You've already had an incredible singles win against Jake Meltzer. How are you feeling getting back into the ring again since the tournament?
Look, I realize that the leagues going the ways that they have been across the movie trivia community, they're not always going to have schedules that maybe work well together. So some cases you'll have to play a lot. And I've been playing, I feel like, a lot to the point where I'm just trying to be calm enough to have to face this monster of a player who has always been a monster. And so I'm gonna have to try to take you down, Jeremy. Or if not, then I can enjoy at least a little bit of a break and just focus on team matches in any division, because those are the ones that I have left. So, little nervous, but the show must go on. Gonna try my best.
Absolutely, yeah. This match is so special. I actually decided to bring you guys in for interviews the opposite way. That was on purpose. Round one is going to work like this. Winners will have 2 questions and 8. Each worth 1 point apiece. They will have 15 seconds to write their answer on the board, after which I will say pens down, and they will reveal their answers. Answer all 8 questions right, you will receive a bonus question. Competitors receive 3 repeats and 1 challenge they can use throughout the duration of the match. Competitors, any question before we head into round number 1?
No, not this time.
Then your first question will be coming to you in the category of sports. Cool Runnings centers on a bobsled team from what country? Dylan, I'm going to ask you, what is your second favorite sport?
Ooh, yeah, hockey. It's the one I have the most experience playing. Yeah.
Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Joseph, will go to you.
Jamaica.
And we will go to Jeremy.
Jamaica, man.
They are the Jamaican bobsled team. That is correct. Players hitting that.
So your next question will come in the category of animated. Who voices Professor Ratigan in The Great Mouse Detective? So, Payson, you're on a bit of a delay. I'll say that. It's not too bad. It's not as bad as it was in previous matches. Just keep that in mind when you're doing the countdown.
Why don't
I do the countdown?
Okay. I was going to say I used to play for this one. Yeah, why don't you do that?
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Jeremy.
Vincent Price.
And Joseph.
Excellent question. Vincent Price.
Vincent Price is correct.
All right, your third question in the category of classics. What 1920s film features 5 acts, with the 4th act being called the Odessa Steps, which features soldiers firing at citizens at a harbor?
So if you're... It is. So if your life had 5 acts, what would the 4th act be called?
Welcome to Movie Melee.
Nice. This is a tough question. Good job.
4, 3, 1. Pens down. Thank you. Pens down, Joseph. Joseph, we will go to you.
Fan of Michael Mann. This is one of his favorite movies, Battleship Potemkin.
And we'll go to Jeremy.
Battleship Potemkin.
All right, so unfortunately, neither players will be getting the points because the answer is called Battleship Potemkin. Joseph put a P in Potemkin, and Jeremy put an article, so unfortunately we cannot give it to either player unless you would like a challenge.
So you're saying there's not a P in Potemkin?
There was not a second P. That is what I should have said. There was not a second P.
No.
Okay.
Right, then
the words of James Kirk, c'est la vie.
So then your next question will come in the category of directors. Name one of the directors of Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Dylan, if you were everything everywhere all at once, where would you like to be?
Ooh. Right here. Calling this match with you, Payson Johnson.
I was going to say same cheeky sentimental answer. I love that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, Jeremy will go to you.
Blanked.
And we will go to Joseph.
Daniel Kwan.
That's right. The Daniels.
Daniel Kwan is correct. We also would have accepted Daniel Scheinert. So Joseph taking the lead there as we move on to your 5th question in the category of horror. What is Rose's nickname in Dr. Sleep? Go ahead. I know what you want to say.
I'm just going to say, I'm the notoriously huge fan of this movie and this character,
Hey, The Shining is better, regardless of whatever any Albertans would like to say. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Jack will go to you. Joseph will go to you.
The Hat.
And we'll go to Jeremy.
The Hat.
The Hat is correct. I'm losing my mind.
So your next question will come in the category of the 1980s. What 1980s film features the location of San Dimas, California?
You're looking good today, Dylan.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
You too, Payson.
Your eyes are. Thank you. Your eyes are popping on the camera. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Jeremy will go to you.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
And we will go to Joseph.
I appreciate that after you gave him the Stephen King one, you gave me a Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure question.
There you go.
Ted's Excellent Adventure is correct.
I saw that in the theater, though, Joseph.
That's fair. And to get to your penultimate question in the category of Oscars. Name an Oscar that Little Miss Sunshine won?
I'm sorry, there was a little bit of a lag. You're asking for one of the Oscars that Little Miss Sunshine won.
Yes, that is exactly yes. We just need one, Little Miss Sunshine. Dylan, I was going to say, you look so good today. Some would call you Little Mr. Sunshine.
Okay.
It's getting weird. 4, 3, 1. Pens down, Joseph. Will go to you.
Best original screenplay.
And we'll go to Jeremy.
Best supporting actor.
The answers were Best Original Screenplay and Best Supporting Actor, so both Jeremy and Joseph will get that point.
So then your final question around number 1 will come in the category of musicals. Who plays Prince Edward in Enchanted?
It's always fun when the last question is your first who plays question, because that's usually like the easiest type of question to write. And you're like, oh, that's the last one?
Yeah. That's how you know the writer had a
5.
fun time writing it.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Very true. Jeremy, will go to you.
James Marsden.
And we will go to Joseph.
He blasts red from his eyes. James Marsden.
James Marsden is correct. So after that, Dylan, I have the score at Joseph 7, Jeremy 6. Is that what you have?
That is what I have, yes.
All right, but anything happens to move to round number 2, also known as the wheel round. Competitors with a spin at the wheel, in which case they'll receive 5 questions in whatever category they land on, each worth 2 points apiece. They will have 50, they don't like what they spin for the first time. They are allowed to respin if they must keep whatever they land on for that second spin. Questions are worth 2 points, but if you check them in multiple choice, it devalues that question down to 1 point. But be on the lookout because stealing is involved in this round. The categories that your competitors can land on tonight are 1957 to 1974, directed by Terrence Fisher, which is Jeremy's strength. Star Trek, which is Joseph's strength, as well as the general categories of recent releases, romance, 1980s, animated biopics, and sports. Joseph, you are in the lead. Would you like to spin first or defer?
I will defer.
All right, and Jeremy, this will be your first spin. You land on the category of sports. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
God help me, I'm going to spin again.
All right, then you must keep whatever you land on for the second spin.
Okay.
And you look like it paid off. You landed on the category of the 1980s. Dylan, why don't you give Jeremy his questions in the category of the 1980s?
Sure thing. So your first question in the category of the 1980s. In what 80s crime film does a man use a giant drill, then a hammer and chisel to open up a safe?
Thief.
That is correct for 2 points. Your second question. In A Christmas Story, what present does Ralphie get from his Aunt Clara that he hates?
Bunny pajamas.
That is correct for 2 points. Your third question. Who stars as Beth Jarrett, a mother grieving her son's death in Ordinary People?
Mary Tyler Moore.
That is correct for 2 more points. Now your penultimate question in this category. In War Games, when David and Jennifer think they're only playing a game called Thermonuclear War, what U.S. city do they decide to nuke first?
Multiple choice.
Your options are A, New York, B, Washington, D.C., C, Los Angeles, or D, Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
That is correct for 1 point. And now your final question in this category. Who directed The Year of Living Dangerously?
Peter Weir.
That is correct for 2 points and the clean sweep of the category.
All right, Jeremy clean sweeping that category, getting a score up to 15, but Joseph remaining at 7. As we bring the wheel back in for Joseph's first spin, I will let you know when the wheel is on screen.
It's on.
Wheel is on screen.
All right, spinning again.
Never mind. A free respin, Joseph. You land in the category of romance. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
I need a better category, so respin.
All right, respinning, then you must keep whatever you land on here.
Stop. Okay.
And category of spinner's choice. What would you like for your category, Joseph?
Could I take animated, please?
Animated, absolutely. Gonna take the wheel out. I will be giving your questions, Joseph, in the category of animated. Are you prepared?
Sure. Are you?
All right, then your first question is, I should be. Your first question in the category of animated. Bing Crosby and Basil Rathbone both narrate what classic Disney film?
The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad.
That is correct for 2 points.
Shout out to Caleb Coho.
Absolutely. Your second question. What world leader does Pinocchio perform for in Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio?
Will you accept just last name?
Yeah, yes.
Mussolini.
5. That is correct for 2 points. For context in the doc, it literally just has the last name. So I was like, yeah, I think I have to. All right, your third question in the category of animated. In Spirited Away, Chihiro's parents get turned into what type of animal?
Pigs.
That is correct for 2 points. Your penultimate question in the category of animated. In The Page Master, Whoopi Goldberg voices a book that is named after what literary genre? Five, 4, 3, 2,
Multiple choice, please.
1. All right, your multiple choice options. Is it A, fantasy, B, adventure, C, horror, or D, sci-fi?
Fantasy.
5, 4. That is correct for 1 point. Final question in the category of animated. Who voices the female mammoth Ellie in the Ice Age franchise?
Queen Latifah.
And that is correct for 2 points and a clean sweep of the category. Joseph right there getting a score up to 16 to Jeremy's 15. But anything happens to move to round number 2, 3, also known as the Pick Your Poison round. Before the match, competitors went back and forth drafting categories that will appear in this round, and now they will go back and forth once again drafting categories they would like to answer questions from. The categories that your competitors drafted tonight were war, 1980s, mystery thrillers, horror, drama, 1990s, animated, and westerns. Your competitors will pick their categories right now. All right, your competitors have drafted their categories. Jeremy, we are going to start with you. What would you like for your 1-pointer?
I'll do war movies.
All right. I will give you your questions in the category in this round. Jude Law, Nicole Kidman, and Renee Zellweger star in which 2000s war film?
Cold Mountain.
That is correct for 1 point. Tying the game up, so we are going to head over to Joseph. Joseph, what would you like for your 1-pointer?
80s, please.
All right. So your 1-pointer in the category of the 1980s. Who stars as John Merrick in The Elephant Man?
John Hurt.
That is correct for 1 point.
All right, Joseph regaining the lead there, so it sends the game back over to Jeremy. Jeremy, what would you like for your 2-pointer?
I'll take westerns.
All right, your 2-pointer in the category of westerns. Who stars as Captain Jefferson Kyle Kidd in 2020's News of the World?
Tom Hanks.
That is correct for 2 points. Sending the game back over to Joseph now. Joseph, what would you like for your 2-pointer?
Horror, please.
So your 2-pointer in the category of horror. Who stars in the classic horror films House on Haunted Hill, The Mask of the Red Death, and The Pit and the Pendulum?
Vincent Price.
Yeah, sometimes you just need 2 Vincent Price questions in a match. Why not?
Can't hurt.
You could say that's priceless.
Oh, like that. All right, so you send the game back over to Jeremy. Jeremy, what would you like for your 3-pointer?
I'll take drama.
All right, your 3-pointer in the category of drama. In Saving Mr. Banks, what specific change did the filmmakers make for their movie that enrages P.L. Travers and make her leave the production? Five, 4, 3, 2,
Repeat.
1. All right, that is your first repeat. 3-pointer drama. In Saving Mr. Banks, what specific change did the filmmakers make for their movie that enrages P.L. Travers and makes her leave the production?
Yeah, I'm not pulling
5,
it. They made it a musical. That's wrong.
That is unfortunately incorrect. We were looking for adding an animated segment.
Okay.
Adding an animated segment was what we needed. So it does all come down to this. Jeremy must hit his 4-pointer in the category of 90s to stay in the game. If he hits it, he sends the game back over to Joseph to answer some questions. If he misses it, Joseph wins the game. Jeremy, your 4-pointer in the category of 90s, you have 2 repeats left.
Yeah.
In what 90s crime drama will you find an apartment building known as the Carter taken over by a gang called CMB to produce drugs? Five, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the
1.
question.
All right, that is your second repeat. The category of 90s. In what 90s crime drama will you find an apartment building known as the Carter taken over by a gang called CMB to produce drugs?
Yeah.
5.
Last repeat.
All right, that is your final repeat in the category of drama. In what 90s crime drama will you find an apartment building known as the Carter taken over by a gang called CMB to produce drugs?
Good game, Joseph. All I can think of is New Jack City.
And that is correct for 4
Yes.
big points. Wow. 2025 might be the game of casual last-ditch polls.
Wow.
Jeremy's now answered all those questions, so it now goes back to Joseph. Joseph, what would you like for your three-pointer?
Mystery thriller, please.
All right. So your 3-pointer in mystery thriller for the potential tie game. In 1998's Snake Eyes, Nicolas Cage's character, Nick Santoro, witnesses a murder at what kind of event?
A boxing match?
That is correct. 4 3 points and the tie game.
Great.
All right, so
One
here
take
is the
opening
situation. That's fair. All right, so here's where the situation. We have a tie game. If Joseph hits his 4-pointer, he wins the game. If he misses it, he moves on to sudden death. Joseph, you have all 3 repeats.
So your question in the category of animated. What is the name of the company that sponsors The King in 2006's Cars?
Dynaco.
4. And your winner, Joseph Olivas Dynaco, is correct. I'm going to put the players backstage. Dylan, when it comes to these dream matches, you want them to be you want them to live up to it. This one could not have lived up to it more. What are your thoughts on tonight's match?
Yeah, I mean, you said it. I completely agree. 26-22. That's a ridiculous score for a match that didn't go to sudden death. Yeah, fantastic game all around. Worth mentioning, Joseph, only that one question at the beginning of the match, Battleship Potemkin. He was literally one letter away, and that was the only question he missed the entire match. So that's really, really impressive on his end. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think Jeremy played a match that would win like basically every other match today. It's just Joseph was on fire. Both players showed exactly why they are 2 of the more feared competitors we have in this division. Their accuracies are ridiculous, and they always come in and score very highly. Yeah, a phenomenal match. Great back and forth. Yeah, I'm excited to see what's in store for both competitors moving forward.
Absolutely. I say we start right with both matches. You start with our fortunate second place finisher tonight. Jeremy, looking at the score, you played a phenomenal game, and there is nothing to hold your head out. I think literally the only thing I can say is Joseph seemed to be every round just playing like a little bit, like just hitting a few more points, and that just does it at the end. Still, that 4-point pull at the end was phenomenal. How are you feeling tonight?
Yeah, I feel good. You know, I just really wanted to go the distance tonight. I mean, getting that last one really helped. I mean, I would have been, even if I missed that last one, I still would have felt pretty good about the game. But yeah, it feels good to take him to the last question like that. And it would have been nice to go to sudden death. That would have been fun. But no, it was an awesome match for him. He's, you know, if I wasn't playing him, I'd be one of his biggest fans, and I still am. You know, now that I'm not playing him anymore, I'm gonna be really, really excited to see what he does going forward here. But you know, I haven't played singles as much as I'd like to, and I feel like tonight was a good performance for me, and I'm feeling like I've still got it to some degree. So hopefully I'll get another shot at some point, and I feel pretty good. I feel like I just unfortunately I had to play Joseph, and he got a lot of animated questions, but next time hopefully it'll go a little differently with some different competition there. So I'm pretty excited actually.
Absolutely. When you do come back next year, who would you like to play in singles?
Somebody that I haven't played before, probably. I think I've mentioned like Raiko before, just because he's such a cool dude and he has such a different style of playing. So that's one idea. But there's so many, great newer players, that actually aren't even new. They've been playing for a long time that I just haven't had the opportunity to play. So that would be awesome. But if I end up playing Hasten or Dylan or any other of the great players that I've played before, that's always a thrill too. So I'm just kind of excited to see what the next year will bring.
Yeah, absolutely. You versus Raiko, that would be a very exciting match. Going to put you backstage, Jeremy. It's always a pleasure to see you as we talk with our winner tonight, Joseph. What a phenomenal performance tonight. Obviously, I said it earlier, both players had early access to the tournament. I'm going to assume you probably weren't a fan of that. This was a huge statement back for that. 26 points. Didn't use a single repeat. How are you feeling after tonight's win?
I'm just thinking back at that Battleship Potemkin question. Sorry, Michael Mann, because I know he loves that movie, and I am disappointed to not get that one. But on the other hand, looking at the scores, had I gotten that, and I don't know if I would have gotten the bonus question, but if I did, that would have been 9 points going into round 2. And then another 9 points, that's 18 points after round 2. Jeremy had 15. So with 22, I'm just thinking on the bright side of things, because if everything plays out the way it does, then the most I could have gotten... Hold on. I think me missing that first question in round 1 is what allowed me to still get 26 points. So ultimately that feels very reassuring and exciting.
Absolutely, Joseph. I love
Great game, Jeremy.
Yeah.
The things that he comes up with for strengths is very fun. It's fun to broaden my horizons. There were some pretty good Terrence Fisher movies that I saw.
Absolutely. I love how much passion you have for this game, Joseph. I should have said this when I put you in the green room. This puts you in a number 1 contender match, and staring at you at the other side of that number 1 contender match is a bunch of names, probably too many to list right now. Who would you like to play going forward? I'm just going to let you know. I will send you a list of some potential people you could be playing after this.
Well, I mean, off the top of my head, I would love to play Kirk Kolakowski.
You versus Kirk would be very, very excited. We'll see if we can make that happen. Joseph, thank you so much. Excited to see where you go going forward in this title picture. Dylan, final thoughts on tonight's Smash? Yeah, this was just an incredible match of 2 legendary trivia giants. Jeremy played incredible, but Joseph, just what a performance. Anyone that is sitting aside from it in that number 1 contender match, that is going to be scary. But on behalf of Joseph, on behalf of Jeremy, on behalf of everyone here at Multiplex Movie Melee, I'm Payson the Cinemaster Johnson. That's Dylan Van Thine. Have a great.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
In case I don't see you.
I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.